Transyouthchannel. How's it going? The sun's pretty bright. So, be a squinty video for advice to people who want to date transgender, transsexual individuals. And because I am the lone male trans voice on this channel, I will do my best, but I don't have all the answers, don't have all the tips or tricks, because my experience levels are low. Just a couple things to start off with. Communication, very important in any relationship with anyone. Doesn't matter how they identify. To maintain any relationship, whether it's romantic, friendship, professional, right? You gotta let people know what you're thinking, because they can't... Oh, well, you're thinking about cake, so that was pretty easy. But typically, people don't know what other people are thinking. And with trans people, trans men, when you're first starting to get to know them, asking them questions about how they identify is important. And to all my trans male friends, I think being open to that sort of questioning is important, because that's the only way people are going to learn. Otherwise, they're just going to make assumptions, and that can lead to triggering words or actions, because they don't know that that makes you uncomfortable. And there's only so much research you can do on the internet. You know, each person is an individual, and every person has their own comfort levels as far as names, pronouns, any sort of verbal interaction, any sort of physical interaction. I mean, we're all different in those respects. So talking about those things even before you start dating, I think that's an important thing to do. And when things move into a more intimate domain, if you will, I think bedroom talk is another really big important aspect. And once again, all these things are applicable to any relationship. I've been struggling, and I was talking with Forrest. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a sweet trans guy on YouTube. Awesome videos. Always has amazing, great things to say. Word up, Forrest. You got my back. But he and I were talking about this, and he pointed out the fact that all men worry about downstairs. And, you know, if it's big enough, if it's straight enough, if it functions good enough, all these things. And it's all in the head, right? There's another facet to that, and that's media sort of perpetrating, I always say that, god damn it, propagating these ideas about how sex happens, and it's smooth and flawless, and nothing ever goes wrong, and you never have to stop. It's just this passionate encounter that is so perfect. It's almost like it's choreographed or something, you know, like crazy. So that's the big communication thing. And then with that, I think, comes respect. Just respecting what your trans potential partner or partner tells you about themselves. Respecting their boundaries in the bedroom and outside, like what's okay to talk about in public and what's not. I think tying into that too, that idea of respect, is to just treat them as a person, fundamentally. I mean, taking into account what they've told you about themselves and how they like to be referred to and things like that, considering all those things, but then fundamentally just respecting them as a human being, and yeah, just acknowledging a trans person for who they are, who they are presenting to the world and not, you know, trying to dig up who they were and incorporate. No, don't. Just respect the man or woman. And then from there on, just treat them as you would any other guy or any other girl if you're dating a trans woman. You know, no special treatment, no. And that's where it gets hard, because you want to communicate and know how to be able to talk with them so that you don't trigger anything and make them upset. But you also don't want to have to feel like you can only tiptoe around them. You know, like it has to be natural. Right? And I think that's something trans people have to be aware of. You know, that you can't get offended and you can't, it's not that you can't get upset, but instead of having a visceral emotional response and shutting down, to be aware that this person is trying, that they're not doing this to hurt you, hopefully. I should hope not. And so it's a learning process for someone, and there has to be that awareness with trans people that someone who is interested in dating them may be newly interested. You know, I feel like there are people, and then, okay, fuck this video. If you're someone who is attracted to trans people fairly exclusively, right, and I don't really know, the word tranny chaser, negative connotations, I don't think there's anything wrong. It's just like your type. Like, I have a certain type of woman that I'm attracted to. You know, it doesn't make me feel when I hear someone is attracted to trans men who, you know, treat them with respect and smart and funny and good looking, and you know, it's quite understandable, to be honest. But from that point, like, I'm assuming someone who's dated a lot of trans men, having a lot of experience and probably has done a lot of research, but there's still that communication that needs to be there, because you can't assume that what you've read about other trans guys and what you've experienced with other trans guys is going to be the same every time. So communication is the fundamental. And then if someone is just noticing this population or meets a guy and is attracted to him and finds out that he's trans, doing research to get that base of understanding that he can build on and like share his own experiences and why he feels certain ways, and you know, talking about the understanding of trans within society, and then sort of personal accounts. So that's what I have to say about it. Hopefully some of that's helpful, and if any of our lovely viewers have anything to contribute, anything I've missed, please do so. Comment. We don't get a lot of video responses, which you can understand. I don't make any video responses. I want to, and I don't. I should. Set a good example, I guess. It's good. The more information out there, the less ignorance, right? That's all we can hope for. Alright guys, I will see you next Monday. New day, next Monday. It'll be good. Alright. Peace.
I will possess your heart.